Knowing God or knowing what He can do cannot stop you from going astray. Knowing God and knowing Scripture does not scare the devil. What will stop you from going astray is consistently being in the presence of God. In the Bible, we see the Israelites. They knew God. He had delivered them from Egypt, but that did not stop them from going astray. This week, I encourage you to stay in the presence of God, to be consistent in the prayer and in the presence of God, because that is what is going to stop you from going astray. Have a good one, guys.
Happy Monday. Abraham waited for 25 years. David waited for 22 years. Joseph waited for 13 years. Moses waited for 40 years. Even Jesus Christ himself waited for 30 years. So if you are waiting on God, start being excited, because you are in good company, and whatever God says will come to pass.
Continue deceiving yourself, preacher of a white man's religion. This comment on preacher Kate Ndikumagenge's video, posted back in December 2022, has lingered in my mind long after the preacher, who continues to stoke controversy with her visual appeal, ended her sermonette. Not to preempt my presentation, but let's be clear. 1. Original Jews were pure Semites. Semites include all types and shades of Arabs, some Ethiopians, that is, the Amhara tribe and the Tigray tribe, and Hebrews, that is, Jews. Fellow Africans, during your education you likely learned that Africa is categorized into 4 ethno-linguistic groups: Bantus, Nilotes, Semites and Cushites. North Africa is predominantly Semites, Sub-Saharan Africa is predominantly Bantus and Nilotes, save for the Horn of Africa, which is made up of Cushites, for example, the Oromo and Somalis. In essence, the religion of the God of Abraham, Isaac and Jacob is not the white man's, that is European creation. After all, Jesus Christ was neither black nor white. He was an olive-skinned Semite. The European colonists and neo-colonizers in Africa embellished and weaponized the Bible through their forerunners and proxies, that is European missionaries, to suit their white supremacy agenda by presenting themselves as the chosen ones. 2. No pure Jews exist today. The Jews of today are of mixed heritage. It's no surprise they are referred to as Jewish to indicate their mixed lineage. For many centuries, their ancestors were exiled and dispersed across the Middle East, Europe, Africa and Asia, where they intermarried with other Semites, such as Arabs and Ethiopians, as well as members of various racial groups and subgroups, including Africans, Europeans and Asians. This genetic admixture is well documented in the Bible and through archaeological genealogy accounts. So calling a Jewish person a Jew, in the strictest sense, is like calling Barack Obama an African Nilote or a black American. No matter the patrilineal nature of African societies or racial identity politics in America, or whatever he self-identifies as biologically, Mr. Obama and his offspring will always be of mixed-race heritage, regardless of his father's melanin-rich Nilotic bloodline. While Part 1 focuses on clarifying the God-ordained cultural appropriation of Judaism to graft in Gentiles, that is, non-Jews like you and I, Part 2 will establish the difference between a Jew, a Hebrew, an Israelite, and a Zionist, and why I'm pro-Palestine.